Have you ever had the experience of sitting in a marketing meeting, looking at marketing data and results, and wondering what all of it means for your business, what all of it adds up to? I've seen my share of marketing scorecards that have been impressive with the amount of numbers on them. But ultimately, they revealed nothing about how marketing was fueling growth of the business. They provided nothing that a business owner could act on or gain insight from. So in short, they were upsetting and frustrating and a terrible waste of time. What I'd like to share with you today are 5 questions that, as CEO, you can ask your marketing leader to make sure that that marketing leader is focusing on things that will drive results for your business. What I hope you take from the next 9 minutes is that when it comes to B2B marketing success, it's really helpful to think like a kid. These 5 questions are pretty simple. But they're particularly relevant for anyone who is looking to hire their first B2B marketing leader or has recently hired their B2B marketing leader or is working with somebody who's perhaps newer in their career, because it's in those situations where it can seem that data and lots of data is going to be impressive and useful. And what these 5 questions show is that that isn't always the case. So here we go. Simple question number 1 for your marketing leaders. Who is our customer and what is her pain? This has got to be the first area that marketers tackle. A deep understanding of who your customer is not necessarily we sell to the big banks. It's a much deeper, more personal understanding of the behavior of that individual and what motivates her to make a decision or take an action. It's things like, what is she responsible for? How is she being evaluated? How does she interact with her colleagues? What information sources does she use? That's the deep understanding of a customer that leads to success in marketing. And the second part of this is pain. Very little happens in business these days without pain. It's the world we live in. Timelines are short. People take actions in response to a problem. They're trying to solve a pain. And so your marketing manager needs to understand that pain intimately, live it, breathe it, and be able to talk about it. So that's question number 1. Who's our customer and what is her pain? Question number 2. How do we show and tell people that we are different? Our solution is different. There's 2 parts to this simple question. So the first one is the differentiation. How is your solution actually different in the eyes and the minds of customers? Do you have a different business model, a different user interface, a different channel? It needs to be something that is an authentic differentiation. As we know, in order to get 10x growth or to add a 0 or to add 3 zeros, it's very tough to do with a Me Too solution. So that authentic differentiation is very important. The second part of this is where there's a huge opportunity for small and mid-sized B2Bs, and it's the show and tell part. Most B2Bs are not great at their messaging. They fail to put together a compelling message that is specific and objective and quantified. So this is a great opportunity for B2B marketers. If they can create a compelling message that will cut through all of the noise that your buyer is dealing with on a daily basis, you have a much greater opportunity of success. Question number 3. What does the sales team need from marketing? In small and mid-sized B2B companies, sales and marketing are so closely intertwined. Marketing is not a function that sits in a lofty tower off to the side and thinks about brand strategy and what the color of the logo is. So a really great B2B marketer is somebody who interacts and works with sales frequently, weekly, bi-weekly at the least. They talk to sales and they get input and feedback on what's working, what's not working, and what they need. It doesn't mean that marketing is going to jump at every request that comes from the sales team, but it does mean that sales feels that marketing, and they get that marketing is on the same team with them. They are on the revenue team, and that they will be more successful in accomplishing the company's goals if they work together. Question number 4, how did we do last month on leads, opportunities, and deals? This is the area where there's probably the most likelihood of stumbling for a company that is newer into building its marketing function. Can I tell you about my 41 metrics that we track to gauge success in our marketing team? No, you don't want to hear about 41 metrics. Focus on these 3 things. It's simple, but you're more likely to start with success. Leads, marketing qualified leads. Who have you got the opportunity to talk to? Who's given you their information? Opportunities, what's a sales qualified opportunity? What's in your pipeline? Who is the sales team talking with on a regular basis that they know is a identified problem and opportunity? And deals. It's absolutely critical that marketing thinks in terms of closed revenue. Some marketers might not think that that's essential, but that is what B2B marketing is all about. What deals are we closing? So putting that closed loop function in place is critical for successful marketing. And when it comes to metrics, I think these 2 little girls are a good representation. So the little girl on the left is charting her growth compared to her own growth. She's not comparing it necessarily to the little girl on the right. So many B2B companies, their situation is so specific and unique that it's tough for them to benchmark their results against another company. It's far more successful if they benchmark on a monthly basis their own performance and they track relative to that. That's the best way that they're going to gauge, are we improving? Are we getting the results we're looking to? It isn't necessarily easy to compare to another company. And question number 5, simple question number 5 for CEOs to ask their marketing leader, what can I do to help you achieve greater success? The reality is that you've hired a marketing leader to propel the growth of your business. They should have ideas on how you can help them accomplish that. They should want to be held accountable for accomplishing that. And so as CEO, this is a great question and should elicit some responses from them of what can you do to help them perform in their job better. You might end up doing some headstands. So those are 5 simple questions to help B2B marketing CEOs, B2B tech CEOs ensure that their marketing leader is focusing on the things that matter. So question number 1, who's our customer and what is her pain? Question number 2, how do we show and tell the world that our solution is different? Question number 3, what does the sales team need from marketing? Question number 4, how did we do last month on leads, opportunities, and deals? And question number 5, what can I do to help you achieve greater success? I think if you focus on those 5 questions, you'll see that your marketing meetings will be somewhat happier and that your marketing function will be off to great success. Thanks.